Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. So today we're going to make the mounting plate for the post vise that we're rebuilding. We're using a piece of wagon rim, which is it's like just shy of 3/4 of an inch. No, it is in the middle. It's 3/4. 3/4 by, looks like 2 1/4. Yep. It's fairly low wear, so it hasn't seen a lot of traffic, which is kind of good. The first part we're going to do is we're going to draw out the piece that's going to form the tongue or the slot that the key and the wedge go through. Now we're going to draw an excess because that material will also become the key and the wedge. And then once we've got that, we'll start drawing out for the actual mounting plate itself. We've got more than enough thickness for that, so we'll end up with probably, I'm hoping, a reasonable size diamond. For this size vise, 3 bolts should be adequate. So let's get the forge hot and let's have some fun. I've already got the fly press set up for drawing out the material width, which is going to be 35 millimeters. And then once we've got that to width and drawn out, we'll draw it down to the required thickness. I'm planning on about 10 millimeters, give or take a little bit, because we will lose some to scale. So we're using the fly press because we need to work quickly. And this gets us the most work done in the fewest number of heats. So yeah, once we've got it drawn down to 35 millimeters, I'll reset the press to give me 10 millimeters, and then I'll draw it down to thickness. And I'll also draw, actually I won't, the diamond mounting plate I will forge by hand on the anvil because I need to control where I spread the material. So, like I said, let's get the forge lit and let's have some fun. Set up the camera a bit differently. I've done the thickness. Wider than we need to be. That should all be at 35 now. So, what I need to do is measure 50 millimeters on the outside and bend my first 90 degree so that I get where it ends, and then I can set up for the slot. Okay, that is actually at 1300 degrees. That's crazy. Let that cool off a little. I've cut to length, hoping that's not too long, but it will forge out a bit. Got the piece to give the space, so that'll get folded, and then hopefully we'll end up right in there. And then when we forge it out, drift this part, so I have to make a drift that's suitable for this. We should end up with the appropriate size gap and about 50 millimeters there. I know that wrought iron is self-fluxing. I'm also a pragmatist, and I prefer to flux this. In there. Fairly good fit up. So, One thing I'm sure of, I think forging the loop for the key and the wedge was probably the thing I should have done last. But anyway, we are where we are. I'll be drifting it shortly just to make sure it fits, but yeah. Let's punch the holes. Now that's the biggest I've got. I've got up to about 13. I like that. okay. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave off. So we've got a mounting plate. Might be a slightest little bit wonky, but it fits in the staple. I still need to check if I've got room enough for a key and wedge, which I had planned to make today, but yeah, I've run out of time. So they'll get done in the near future. But some things that I learned from this, and for those who are having to make these parts yourself, do this part first, having drawn out this to size. That gives you a handle to hold on to whilst working all of this. It's a little bit easier, less cumbersome than once you've got this welded up. Also, repeatedly heating it and bashing it and just generally stressing the weld, I don't think it's the best. As it is, this one has survived, but just barely. So if I were to do it again, I would forge out the foot first, and then I would forge out and clean things much more thoroughly, so I'd have a better idea. Now I've got a better idea how much material I need. So I'd be able to cut it pretty close to what I need, clean things, do the fold, tap tap so that it's set, do this fold, and then tap tap, and it should be a lot cleaner, less scale build up in the folds, in the weld seams. But otherwise, this has actually worked out reasonably well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. It'll go for the vise that we are rebuilding, and it's a good practice exercise. If I've got to do it again, I know where to start and what to do. So, enough waffle. If you've liked this episode, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love if you hit that subscribe button. When you do, don't forget, ring the notification bell. So get out to your shop. Have some fun. Challenge yourself. But above all, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.